why do you think Polonius would send someone after Laertes to kind of spy on him or like spread rumors? It seems dirty work. What? Dirty work. So you think that he was trying to like kind of create a bad reputation for his son, maybe? Like to help his son survive in the real world, because like his son is still in school, so he's still learning stuff. But everybody knows that in school you don't learn about how real life actually works. Yeah, life experience. Yeah. I guess that's what he's trying to have Rinaldo do for Laertes. And I think because this part can be taken so many ways, I think it could also be like seen as maybe Polonius is trying to see maybe if these faults that he's putting on his son are real. Like if he's sending his servants to go talk with people who know about him, maybe he's trying to see, oh, say that he has all these faults and the people might tell you, oh yeah, totally, or really, I've never heard of that. So maybe it could be like he's trying to find out his son's faults by kind of, he's putting them out there, but it's not like always true, and he's kind of trying to test the water on that one. I think for that's really changed over the years, because like nowadays parents want to keep us safe inside, and like they won't let us do anything until like we're older. But like he just like sets it out and like has like horrible things be said about him. Yeah. Well, the only thing that's similar from how being the overprotective thing from now and then, how Ophelia, Polonius was really protective over her, because like how she was talking about Hamlet wanting to be with him and all that, and he was like, no, you can't, and then saying like all those like kind of like disrespecting her in a way, because she was like talking about Hamlet, and then he was like, don't see you anymore and all that, and then later she played him. And like even if Ophelia was kind of unsure of her feeling for him, so it seemed like even if she did like Hamlet, her father didn't really give her a choice. So she might have been a little reluctant to kind of accept it right away, but in the end she still ends up obeying her father, which is one of the primary things of what happened back then. Is like, you obeyed no matter what, so even if they objected, it's still like, eventually they gave in because they're their parents, what can they do really? Yeah, during that time girls are supposed to be obedient and follow every rule. And like, I guess if she doesn't, and if Polonius doesn't put her back in his place, like when the world sees her, they'll be like, oh, her parents are like bad things. Yeah, that's what like the view of olden days was. Nowadays, I wouldn't say parents are less strict. I just think that maybe some parents might be have gotten a little more lenient because the teenagers have gotten they are objecting much more. They're more like, you can't really rule me. I own my own life, kind of thing. And even though that's not always completely true, like the parents still own you for the first couple years of your life, and yet teenagers nowadays are like, you don't own me. I can do whatever I want, kind of thing. So it's like we've kind of lost what happened in the past. It's like that way of like respect towards our parents and stuff. Well, you think about it, Polonius says bad things or like criticizes Ophelia straightforward, right? Does he do that for Laertes? Yeah, well, not that much, right? That's like compared to like how back then female and they were like treated different, like completely differently. Like girls, they always had to be obedient. That's why like how you guys said earlier, how they had to like bring Laertes, kick him out in a way, kind of, so to experience real life. And then even in the scene with Laertes, it's like he said, don't do stuff that would kind of tarnish his honor, and don't say things that would make him seem what was the word? Like might ruin his reputation. Yeah, don't it's like you don't want to tarnish him too much. Just put on him the faults of like teenagers nowadays, of young blood, of youth, and of free youth, kind of. So like what they would do away from home that the parents don't normally see, obviously. But then Ophelia was much more strict. It's like, oh, you're kind of being very free with your time. You're kind of he calls her like, a green girl. He's kind of not making fun of her, but he's kind of like, you're doing all these wrong things. I gotta teach you better because you're doing everything wrong, kind of thing. Even though she is doing what her father is telling her, she's not really accepting she's not really accepting Hamlet's feelings, and she's not really returning any of his feelings. She's just kind of getting these like, he's been making flatteries towards her, but it's like she's not really giving anything back, So, maybe the father is being a little harsh on his daughter just because he wants to protect her. Yeah, protecting, because he heard Hamlet was like playing with the other girls and stuff like that. And if you think about it, after Polonius died, didn't Ophelia commit suicide because of that? Yeah. Did you went crazy, kind of? Yeah, and Laertes was still calm. Well, he wasn't. They were all very, very angry about their father's death, but I think that shows, there was love there. They did love their father. Well, in the end, didn't Laertes, it seemed like he took more action, because, like, how Ophelia, she was more emotionally impacted from it, so that's why, she went crazy on that, but Laertes, he actually wanted to figure out everything, and then that's how, Wait, Laertes knew that Hamlet killed Polonius, right? Not right away, I don't think. But later on, he figured it out. Yeah. Did he ever try to, did he ever say in the story that he'll revenge his father? Yeah. I heard he was, wasn't that part of really in the end, he's all like, oh, I'm gonna kill Hamlet and stuff. In the end, there was that whole scheme to kill Hamlet. Yeah. Even. With the poisonous sword and stuff. Yeah, but he ended up making a truce with Hamlet before they, accidentally killed each other. Well, I think it might have been a false truce. I think Laertes was still pretty enraged. He kind of did it for kind of a cover up or kind of appearances, and kind of to lead Hamlet on so that he could later kill him, and That way it would be easier for him because Ham would be unsuspecting and stuff. Is that good? I think that's a lot.
I think we just repeated ourselves. Yeah, pretty much.
I still feel like there was stuff there.
Yeah, there's not really a lot you can talk about. It's just